Namaste dear students, welcome to your channel Virtual Master. In the previous session, we have discussed average speed and instantaneous speed of an object, average velocity and instantaneous velocity of an object. Also at the end, we have discussed the difference between speed and velocity of an object. In this session, we are going to cover uniform motion and non-uniform motion of an object. Also, we will be deriving the formula for average speed of an object traveling with different distances with different speed, and one more formula for average speed of an object traveling with different speeds during different intervals of time. Okay, these two formulas are very useful and important for solving the numerical problems and also multiple choice questions. So watch this video till the end. If you have not subscribed our channel till now, then first subscribe our channel, okay? And to get the notifications of all the video uploads, press the bell icon, okay? Before starting or discussing our first topic, that is uniform motion, first we are going to discuss the question that was asked in the previous session, okay? In the previous session, we have asked you that which of the following statements are correct. The first statement is speed can be greater than velocity. So this statement is true, that is speed can be greater than velocity. The second statement is speed can be equal to the velocity. So this statement is also correct. So option A and option B, both the statements are correct. So the correct answer for this question is option C, that is both statements A and B are correct. Okay. I hope everyone have understood the answer or solution for this question, and we can generally write that speed is greater than or equal to velocity. Okay, I hope everyone have understood this. Okay, let us discuss our first topic, that is uniform motion. Now what is uniform motion of an object? Suppose if an object is moving along the straight line and it is covering equal distances in equal intervals of time, then the object is said to be in a uniform motion. What is uniform motion? If an object is moving along the straight line and it is covering equal distances in equal intervals of time, that is, the object will be covering equal distances in equal interval of time while moving along the straight line, then the object is said to be in uniform motion. Let us understand this with one example. Let us consider a boy is moving from point A to point F. Okay, as you can see here, the boy is moving from point A to point F, and the total distance between point A and point F is 25 meter, and the boy is covering 5 meters in 5 seconds. Okay, the boy is moving 5 meters every 5 meter in 5 seconds. You can see here, first 5 meter is moving in 5 seconds, and the second 5 meter is moving in 5 seconds, and third 5 meters is moving in 5 seconds. In this way, the boy is moving from point A to point F, covering 5 meters in 5 seconds. Now we can say that the boy is covering equal distances in equal intervals of time. So we can say the boy is in uniform motion. Okay, the motion of the boy can be said to be uniform motion. One thing you have to remember, whenever I use the term distance, the definition can be valid for displacement also. Okay, every time I cannot define separately for distance and displacement. Wherever I use the term distance, then you should assume that this definition is applicable for displacement also. Similarly, if I use the term speed, then you can assume that this definition is applicable or valid to the velocity also. Okay, almost distance and displacement both are same, and the speed and velocity are same. Only difference between them is one is a scalar quantity and another one is a vector quantity. Okay, I hope everyone have understood the concept of uniform motion. Now let us discuss uniform speed and uniform velocity. Suppose if the object is covering equal distances in equal intervals of time, then the speed associated with the object or the speed of an object is said to be uniform speed. Okay, the speed of an object in uniform motion is called as uniform speed. Similarly, the velocity of an object in uniform motion is called as uniform velocity, provided that the object should not change its direction. Okay, the object should not change its direction. In our case, the object is moving along a straight line. Then what do we mean by changing in its direction? That means the object should not move backwards. Okay, if the object moves backwards, then we can say that the direction of the object is changing. Okay, so what is uniform speed? If the object is covering equal distances in equal intervals of time, then the speed of an object is said to be uniform speed. And similarly, if the object is covering equal distances in equal intervals of time without changing its direction, then the velocity of an object is said to be uniform velocity. Okay, I hope everyone have understood the concept of uniform motion, uniform speed and uniform velocity. Now let us discuss non-uniform motion. Now what is non-uniform motion? An object is said to be having a non-uniform motion if it is covering equal distances in unequal intervals of time. Okay, an object moving along a straight line covering equal distances in unequal intervals of time, then we say that the object is having non-uniform motion. Okay, we can define the non-uniform motion in one more way. That is, if an object moving along the straight line covers unequal distances, okay, covering unequal distances in equal intervals of time, vice versa. Okay, then the object is said to be having a non-uniform motion. Let us understand non-uniform motion with an example. We are using the same example that a boy is moving from point A to point F, as we have discussed or while explaining the uniform motion. You can see here the boy is moving from point A to point F, isn't it? Now in this case, the boy is covering 5 meters, that is equal distances in unequal intervals of time. That is, the boy is taking 3 seconds to cover first 5 meter, then he is taking 6 seconds to cover second 5 meter, next he is taking 5 seconds to cover the next 5 meter. So what this boy is doing, he is covering equal distances in unequal intervals of time. Then we say that the boy is having non-uniform motion. Okay, the boy is said to be having non-uniform motion. And the speed of the object in non-uniform motion is called as non-uniform speed. And you can see at every instance the speed is different, isn't it? At first the speed is 5 by 3 meter per second. In the second case the speed is 5 by 6 meter per second. In the third case it is 1 meter per second. So the speed will not be same at every instance of time. So it is said to be having non-uniform speed. And in a similar way we can define non-uniform velocity. What is non-uniform velocity? The velocity of an object if it is covering unequal displacements in equal intervals of time, or it is covering equal displacements in unequal intervals of time. Okay, so in this way we can define non-uniform motion and non-uniform speed and non-uniform velocity. I hope everyone have understood the concept of non-uniform motion, non-uniform speed and non-uniform velocity. Now let us derive the formula for average speed of an object covering different distances with different speed. Okay, to derive this formula, let us consider an object which is moving from point A to point B. Okay, let this be point A and this be the point B. And this object will be covering distances S1, S2, S3 dash 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 up to Sn with a speed of V1, V2, V3. Now what is S1 and V1? Okay, let us consider the distance between point A and this point B, S1, and the distance between this point and this point B, S2, and the distance between these 2 points be S3. Similarly, the distance between this point and point B be Sn. Okay, and the speed with which the object is covering the distance s1 will be v1. Similarly, the speed to cover the distance s2 will be v2, and similarly the speed of an object covering the distance s3 will be v3, and similarly the speed of an object covering the distance sn will be vn. Okay, now what will be the total distance traveled by an object from point A to point B? Okay, the object is traveling from point A to point B. So the total distance will be equals to S1 plus S2 plus S3 plus dash 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 up to Sn, isn't it? So I can write the total distance traveled by an object will be equals to S1 plus S2 plus S3 plus dash 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 up to Sn. Okay. Now let us assume that t1 be the time taken by the object to cover the distance s1. Similarly, t2 be the time taken by the object to cover the distance s2, and t3 be the time taken by an object to cover the distance s3. Similarly, tn be the time taken by an object to cover the distance sn. Now the total time taken will be equals to, I will write t total time taken equals to is t will be equals to T1 plus T2 plus T3 plus dash 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 up to Tn. Okay. This is the total time taken by an object to cover the distance from point A to point B. We know that the average speed of an object, which will be given by the formula, average speed will be equals to total distance traveled by an object divided by total time taken. Here S is the total distance traveled by the object, T is the total time taken by the object. Now if I cross multiply V and T, what I am going to get? T will be equals to S divided by V. Okay, what I am doing, I am cross multiplying V and T. So if I cross multiply the V and T, I am going to get T is equals to S by V, where S is the total distance traveled by the object, V is the average speed of the object. Now, in place of T1, what I will do, I will substitute S1 by V1. Okay, what I am going to do, wherever there is T, I am going to substitute with that by S by V, where S is the distance traveled and V is the speed. Okay, so similarly in place of T1 I can write S1 by V1. Similarly in place of T2 I can write S2 by V2, and at the place of T3 I can write S3 by V3. So after substituting the value of T by S by V, I am going to get total time taken will be equals to S1 by V1 plus S2 by V2 plus S3 by V3 up to Sn by Vn. Okay, I hope everyone have understood how I have got this formula, isn't it? Now, what is the formula for the speed or average speed of an object? Average speed of an object will be equals to total distance traveled divided by total time taken, isn't it? We know the formula for average speed. What is that? It is nothing but total distance traveled divided by total time taken. Now what is the total distance traveled? It is equals to S1 plus S2 plus S3 plus up to Sn, isn't it? Similarly, what is total time taken? It is equals to S1 by V1 plus S2 by V2 plus S3 by V3 up to Sn by V1. Now let us substitute the formula for total distance traveled and total time taken in this equation. After substituting, I will get the average speed VAV. Okay, the term we are using for average speed is VAV. Okay, VAV equals to S1 plus S2 plus S3 plus up to Sn divided by S1 by V1 plus S2 by V2 plus S3 by V3 plus dash 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 up to Sn by Vn. Now this is the formula for average speed of an object covering different distances with different speed. Okay, this formula will be useful while solving the numericals and as well as the multiple choice question. I hope everyone have understood the derivation of average speed of an object for covering different distances with different speed. Okay, just now we have derived the formula for average speed of an object covering different distances with different speeds, isn't it? And the formula is given here. Now what we are going to do, we are going to find the average speed of an object covering n equal distances with different speed. That means the object will be covering equal distances with different speed. So I can say S1 will be equal to S2, which will be equals to S3, and it will be equals to Sn. Let the value of S1, S2, S3 and Sn be S. Okay. Now if I cross multiply VAV on the right side and this entire form equation, that is S1 by V1 plus S2 by V2 S3 by V3 on the left side, what I am going to get? S1 by V1 plus S2 by V2 plus S3 by V3 plus Sn by Vn is equals to S1 plus S2 plus S3 up to Sn divided by VAV. What I have done here? I have just cross multiplied these two terms. Okay. Now let us substitute the value of S1, S2, S3 by S. After substituting, what you are going to get? S1 is S, right? So I am going to get S by V1 plus S by V2 plus S by V3 up to Sn, right? Sn is also equals to S. So I can write S by Vn, which will be equals to S plus S up to n times. Okay. So I can write S plus S up to n times divided by VAV. We know one formula. If you add S plus S like this up to n times, what you are going to get? The value will be equals to n into S, isn't it? Now what I am going to do? I will take S common in the numerator in all the terms. If I take S common, what I am going to get? 1 by V1 plus 1 by V2 plus 1 by V3 plus dash 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 up to 1 by Vn, and S up to n times, that is we are adding same term for n times, then we are going to get n into S. So I can write n into S divided by VAV. S get cancelled. What is left? Only 1 by VAV equals to 1 by V1 plus 1 by V2 plus 1 by V3 up to 1 by Vn. Okay, this is the formula for average speed of an object covering same distances or equal distances but with different speeds. Okay. I hope everyone have understood how to derive the formula for average speed of an object covering unequal distances and equal distances with different speed. Now let us derive the average speed of an object covering two equal distances but with different speed. We can use the formula, this formula only. By using the same formula, what I am going to get? 1 by VAV equals to, we are deriving the formula for average speed of an object covering two equal distances with different speed. So it will be only 1 by V1 plus 1 by V2. Now after cross multiplying and simplifying, we are going to get 1 by VAV equals to V1 plus V2 by V1 into V2. So I can write, I am writing here, I can write VAV equals to V1 V2 divided by V1 plus V2. This is the formula for average speed of an object covering equal distances but with different speeds. Okay, two equal distances with different speeds. Okay, I hope everyone have understood the derivation of this formula. Now let us derive the formula for average speed of an object traveling with different speeds during different time intervals. Okay, Let v1, v2, v3 and vn be the speed of an object during the time intervals t1, t2, t3 up to tn. Let us consider the object is moving from point A to point B. Let v1 be the speed of an object traveling between point A and this point, and t1 be the time taken by the object to move from point A to this point. Similarly, v2 be the speed of an object between these 2 points, and t2 be the time taken by the object. Similarly, v3 be the speed of the object between these 2 points, t3 be the time taken by the object. And similarly, vn be the speed of an object between these 2 points, and tn be the time taken by the object to cover the distance between these 2 points. Now, let us find the total distance covered by the object between point A and point B. We know the formula for the speed of an object, which can be given as v equals to s by t, where v is the speed of an object, s is the distance and t is the time taken. I can write s will be equals to, that is distance traveled will be equals to velocity into time, sorry, speed into time. Okay. Now, according to this formula, I can say the distance between point A and this point is v1 and t1, and the distance between these 2 points is v2 t2, and the distance between these 2 points is v3 into t3. Okay, similarly the distance between this point and point B will be equals to vn into tn. So the total distance traveled by an object will be equals to v1 plus v2, sorry, v1 into t1 plus v2 into t2 plus v3 into t3 up to vn into tn. Now what will be the total time taken by the object? It will be equals to t1 plus t2 plus t3 up to tn, isn't it? So total time taken will be equals to t1 plus t2 plus t3 up to tn. We know the formula for the average speed. Average speed will be equals to total distance traveled divided by total time taken. Just now we have found the formula for total distance traveled and total time taken. So substitute these two equations in this formula. After substitution, you are going to get average speed. Okay, the term for average speed is VAV, which will be equals to total distance, that is V1 T1 plus V2 T2 plus V3 T3 up to Vn into Tn, divided by total time taken, that is T1 plus T2 plus T3 up to Tn. So this is the formula for average speed of an object traveling with different speeds during different time intervals. Okay, I hope everyone have understood the derivation of this formula. Just now we have derived the formula for average speed of an object traveling with different speeds during different time intervals, and the formula is given here. Okay. Now we are going to derive the formula for average speed of an object traveling with different speeds but during same time intervals. Okay, during same time intervals means T1 will be equals to T2 will be equals to T3, and it will be equals to Tn. Okay, and let T be the value of T1, T2, T3 and Tn. Now if you are going to substitute the value of T1, T2, T3 and Tn as T in this equation, you are going to get VAV equals to V1 into T plus V2 into T plus V3 into T plus Vn into T divided by T plus T plus T up to n times. Okay. Now, if you are adding T by n times, you are going to get n into T. That is T plus T plus T. If you add this T up to n times, then you are going to get n into T. Okay. So, I am going to substitute this term with n into T. Okay, and in the numerator I will take T as common. After taking T as common in the numerator, I will be getting T into V1 plus V2 plus V3 plus up to Vn, and here I am adding the same term, that is T up to n times, so I am going to get n into T. T get cancelled. What is left? VAV equals to V1 plus V2 plus V3 up to Vn divided by n. This is the formula for average speed of an object traveling with different speeds but during the same time interval. I hope everyone have understood the derivation of this formula. Okay. In this video session, we have discussed about uniform motion of an object and non-uniform motion of an object. Also, we have derived the formula for average speed of an object in different cases. I hope everyone have understood the concepts. If you think this video was useful to you, then like this video and share with your friends also. And if you have not subscribed our channel till now, then subscribe our channel first. And to get the notifications of all our video uploads, press the bell icon. Okay, thank you very much.